Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Prabhuji, Mata is the Pranam. Hallelujah, Srila Prabhupada. Yeah, please read anyone. Second one.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Shall I read, Prabhuji?
Yeah, read one.
I easily chant my prescribed number of rounds with focus and attention. Whether you are chanting 1 round or 16 rounds or more of the Maha Mantra, start chanting with a natural inclination to focus your attention on the holy name. In other words, before chanting, believe that you will be able to focus on the holy name. The mind has many thoughts and wavers here and there, but catch your mind and bring it back to the holy name. When you consider chanting of the holy name to be very important for your spiritual life, then it will be easier to chant with focus and attention. Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna.
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Yes, thank you, Mata, for reading. So two things we have to improve while takes up the beats and feedback: focus and attention. Mind's nature, Krishna says in the Bhagavad. Of course, it's a so many thoughts comes. What is saying? So many uh, thoughts of ocean of thoughts, many thoughts. So the mind has many thoughts and wavers here and there. It ought to help out. But catch your mind and bring it back to the holy name. You have to bring it back to the holy name. That means we have to consciously, what are we chanting? What are we chanting, and how are we hearing? How are we doing chanting? Where is my mind? Constantly you have to check while doing chanting. Oh, I'm thinking now. So let us bring it back to the holy name. Focus. When you consider chanting of the holy name to be very important for your spiritual life, then it will be easier to chant with focus and attention. That's a primary activity of devotees while wake up in the morning. Take a beat bag and chant the holy names. So importance, where we put our priorities. That states the focus and attention. Right. So holy name is powerful. So we are with Krishna, right? There is no difference between Krishna and his holy name. Both are identical. Identical means there is no difference. We are with Krishna. In simple words. Okay. So let us do sincerely, and we put our all of our efforts and try to focus and attentiveness. Yes. Yeah. So begin with Mangalachana prayers. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Ajnanatimidandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmritam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Namo Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So we will read from today uh, another chapter of Adilila, Chaitanya Charitamrita, Adilila, chapter 6, the glories of Sri Advaita Acharya. Previously, we read uh, Adilila of Chaitanya Charitamrita, the glories of Lord Nityananda Balarama. It was a very big chapter. We read, we already forgot also 235 slokas. Okay, let us continue reading in sequence. Chapter 6, the glories of Sri Advaita Acharya. The truth of Advaita Acharya has been described in two verses. It is said that material nature has two features, namely the material cause and the efficient cause. The efficient causal activities are caused by Mahavishnu, and the material causal activities are caused by another form of Mahavishnu known as Advaita. That Advaita, the superintendent that Advaita, the superintendent of the cosmic manifestation, has descended in the form of Advaita Acharya to associate with Lord Chaitanya. When he is addressed as the servitor of Lord Chaitanya, his glories are magnified because unless one is invigorated by this mentality of servitorship, one cannot understand the melos derived from devotional service to the Supreme Lord. Through service attitude, through servitorship only, we can understand the melos derived from devotional service to the Supreme Lord. Whoever, in material world, whoever is a big boss, or CEO, or director, but in front of Krishna, just servant, just servant. So the last line is very, very, very understandable, and is very uh, meditate upon this. Unless by this mentality, what is that mentality? Survivorship mentality. If we have that kind of mentality, not boss mentality, survivorship mentality, one can understand the values of derived from devotional service, the Supreme Lord Krishna. So Advaita Acharya is an associate of Lord Chaitanya. He is in the mood serving all of Panchtattvas, yeah, all other Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, of course, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the center. Nityananda Prabhu, Advaita Acharya, Gadadhar Pandit, Srivas Thakur, all are associates. Survivorship, serving more. Okay, so let us read in deep about the Advaita Acharya. Recently, we celebrated Advaita Acharya Appearance Day last month. Let us meditate upon his personality and his pastimes. Okay, so we'll go through these verses. Yeah, Mataji, you can read.
Are you getting into the text?
Mataji? Acha, acha, yeah. No. We'll go through in detail. Yes.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Pranam. Translation by Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. I offered my respectful obeisances to Sri Advaita Acharya, whose activities are all wonderful. By his mercy, even a foolish person can describe his characteristics. All glories to Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, all glories to Lord Nityananda, all glories to Advaita Acharya, and all glories to all the devotees of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
Same. Sir, recite Jain Mataji.
जय जय श्री चैतन्य जय नित्यानंद जय द्वैत चंद्र जय गौर भक्त वृंद.
Multiple times. See,
जय
he's
जय
he's relishing. Krishnadas Kaviraja Goswami, Chaitanya Charitamrita, the author, is relishing. Wanted to, many times he put it in the different chapters. He's experiencing the love of God. Yeah. Go ahead, Mataji. Up to, we'll see. You can read
In
some more.
5 verses, I have described the principles of Lord Nityananda. Then in the following 2 verses, I describe the glories of Sri Advaita Acharya. Lord Advaita Acharya is the incarnation of Mahavishnu, whose main function is to create the cosmic world through the actions of Maya. Because he is non-different from Hari, the Supreme Lord, he is called Advaita. And because he propagates the cult of devotion, he is called Acharya. He is the Lord and the incarnation of Lord's devotee. Therefore, I take shelter of him.
Thank you, Mataji. 5
Hare
verses.
Krishna.
So, yeah. Samyukta Mataji, you can read.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Translation by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Sri Advaita Acharya is indeed directly the Supreme Personality of Godhead himself. His glory is beyond the conception of ordinary living beings. Mahavishnu performs all the functions for the creation of the universes. Sri Advaita Acharya is his direct incarnation. That Purusha creates and maintains with his external energy. He creates innumerable universes in his pastimes. By his will, he manifests himself in unlimited forms in which he enters each and every universe. Sri Advaita Acharya is a plenary part of that Purusha and so is not different from him. Indeed, Sri Advaita Acharya is not separate but is another form of that Purusha. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you. Sandhya Mataji, please read.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Translation by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. He, Advaita Acharya, helps in the pastimes of the Purusha, with whose material energy and by whose will he creates innumerable universes. Being a reservoir of all auspicious attributes, Sri Advaita Acharya is all auspicious for the world. His characteristics, activities, and name are auspicious. Purport: Sri Advaita Prabhu, who is an incarnation of Mahavishnu, is an Acharya or teacher. All his activities and all the other activities of Vishnu are auspicious. Anyone who can view the all auspiciousness in the pastimes of Lord Vishnu also becomes auspicious simultaneously. Therefore, since Lord Vishnu is the fountainhead of auspiciousness, anyone who is attracted by the devotional service of Lord Vishnu can render the greatest service to human society. Rejected persons of the material world who refuse to understand pure devotional service as the eternal function of the living entities and as actual liberation of the living being from conditioned life become bereft of all devotional service because of their poor fund of knowledge. In the teachings of Advaita Prabhu, there is no question of fruitive activities or impersonal liberation. Bewildered by the spell of the material energy, however, persons who could not understand that Advaita Prabhu is not different from Vishnu wanted to follow him with their impersonal conceptions. The attempt of Advaita Prabhu to punish them is also auspicious. Lord Vishnu and his activities can bestow all good fortune directly and indirectly. In other words, being favored by Lord Vishnu and being punished by Lord Vishnu are one and the same because all the activities of Vishnu are absolute. According to some, Mangala was another name of Advaita Prabhu as a causal incarnation or Lord Vishnu's incarnation for a particular occasion. He is a supply agent or ingredient in material nature. However, he is never to be considered material. All his activities are spiritual. Anyone who hears about and glorifies him becomes glorified himself. For such activities, free one from all kinds of misfortune. One should not invest any material contamination or impersonalism in the Vishnu form. Everyone should try to understand the real identity of Lord Vishnu, for by such knowledge, one can attain the highest stage of perfection.
Thank you,
Hare
Mataji. Thank you. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, next verse. What's there? Akinjan Prabhu, please go ahead.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
No, no problem.
Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada. Mahavishnu creates the entire material world with millions of its parts, energies, and incarnations.
So this is a big purport. Couple of paragraphs, one each devotee will read. Okay, it's a big purport. Yes, Prabhu, you can read this.
Just as the external energy consists of two parts, the efficient cause, nimitta, and the material cause, upadana. Maya, being the efficient cause, and pradhana, the material cause. So Lord Vishnu, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, assumes two forms to create the material world with efficient and material causes. Purport. There are two kinds of research to find the original cause of creation. One conclusion is that Supreme Personality of Godhead, the all bliss, eternal, all-knowing form, is indirectly the cause of the cosmic manifestation and directly the cause of spiritual world, where there are innumerable spiritual planets known as Vaikunta, as well as his personal abode known as Goloka Vrindavan. In other words, there are two manifestations: the material cosmos and the spiritual world. As the material world, there are innumerable planets and the universes. So, in the spiritual world, there are innumerable spiritual planets and the universes, including the Vaikunta and the Goloka. The Supreme Lord is the cause of both material and spiritual worlds. The other conclusion, of course, is that the cosmic manifestation is caused by the inexplicable unmanifested void. This argument is meaningless.
Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you. So this remember that, this is the thing. As in the material world, there are innumerable planets, no count, innumerable, and universes. In spiritual world also innumerable spiritual planets and universes. Unlimited. It shows the unlimitedness of potency of Krishna. You can create any number of planets. Yes. Praveen Prabhu, please go through some paragraphs.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dhanwad Pranam.
Yeah, Adarnath.
The first conclusion is accepted by the Vedanta philosophers, and the second is quoted by the atheistic philosophical system of the Sankhya Smriti, which directly opposes the Vedantic philosophical conclusion. Material scientists cannot see any cognizant spiritual substance that might be the cause of the creation. Such atheistic Sankhya philosophers think that the symptoms of knowledge and living force visible in the innumerable living creatures are caused by the three qualities of the cosmic manifestation. Therefore, the Sankhyatists are against the conclusion of Vedanta regarding the original cause of creation. Actually, the Supreme Absolute Spirit Soul is the cause of every kind of manifestation, and he is always complete both as the energy as the energetic. The cosmic manifestation is caused by the energy of the Supreme Absolute Person, in whom all energies are conserved. Philosophers who are subjectively engaged in the cosmic manifestation can appreciate only the wonderful energies of matter. Such philosophers accept the conception of God only as a product of the material energy. According to their conclusion, the source of the energy is also product of the energy. Such philosophers wrongly observe that the living creatures within the cosmic manifestation are caused by the material energy, and they think that the supreme absolute conscious being must similarly be a product of the material energy. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you, Prabhu. Raju, Prabhu.
Since materialistic philosophers and scientists are too much
Voice break, I think. Voice break, I think.
Hare Krishna Guru.
Yeah.
Since materialistic philosophers and scientists are too much engaged in their imperfect senses, naturally they conclude that the living force is a product of material combination. But the actual fact is just the opposite. Matter is a product of spirit. According to the Bhagavad Gita, the Supreme Spirit, the personality of Godhead, is a source of all energies. When one advances in research work by studying a limited substance within the limits of space and the time, one is amazed by the various wonderful cosmic manifestations. And naturally, one goes in hypothetically accepting the path of research work or the inductive method. Through the deductive way of understanding, however, one accepts the Supreme absolute person, the personality of Godhead, as the cause of all causes, who is full with desire energies and who is neither impersonal nor void. The impersonal manifestation of the supreme personal person is another display of his energy. Therefore, the conclusion that matter is the original cause of creation is completely different from the real truth. The material manifestation is caused by the glance of the supreme personality of Godhead, who is the inconceivably potent. Material nature is electrified by the supreme authority and the conditioned soul within the limits of the space, limits of the time and space is trapped by the ave of material manifestation. In other words, the supreme personality of Godhead is actually realized the vision of material philosopher and scientist through the manifestations of his material energy. For one who does not understand the power of supreme personality of Godhead or his diverse energies because of not knowing the relationship between the source of the energies and the energies themselves, there is always a chance of error, which is known as vivarta. As long as materialistic scientists and philosophers do not come to the right conclusion, certainly they will hover above the material field, bereft of proper understanding of the absolute truth. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhu. Two methods, right? Arohana Pantha, Avarohana Pantha. Deductive way and inductive way. Deductive way of understanding. When I accept the supreme absolute person. And chance of error. Even though any technological advancement is there, okay, but it's not perfect. You may see gadgets, all the internet, everything is created by human beings. But still, all are error. And with this technological advancement, materialist, that's why, as long as materialistic scientists and philosophers do not come to the right conclusion, certainly they will hover above material field. Everything, the knowledge and the material within this world only, not beyond the world. Right? So, bereft of proper understanding of the absolute truth. Because the science of, that's why Prabhupada very nicely put titles of his books, Science of Self-Realization. And life comes from life. Right? There is, while reading through, I'm remembering that matter is a product of spirit. Matter is a product of spirit. While reading through this sentence, I remember that Prabhupada written one book, Life Comes from Life. Right? So, see, spirit means supreme spirit, the living being, supreme person. Supreme person, everything comes from him. Right? Om Purnamadam Purnamidam, we have read Ishopanishad. And complete also.
So what is
Even
matter, Prabhuji?
Matter, material, matter.
This our what are the components of our material body, right? Our body, these comes under matter.
Matter.
Okay.
Yes. Matter means matter. Matter means material body, material world. Okay. Yes. Let us go through it. Who else not read? Let me see. Okay. Let me go through it. The great Vaishnava philosopher Srila Baladeva Vidyabhushana is very nicely explained the materialistic conclusion in his Govinda Bhashya, a commentary on the Vedanta Sutra. He writes as follows. The Sankhya philosopher Kapila has connected the different elementary truths according to his own opinion. Material nature, according to him, consists of the equilibrium of the three material qualities, goodness, passion, and ignorance. Material nature produces the material energy known as Mahat, and Mahat produces the false ego. The ego produces the 5 objects of sense perception, which produce the 10 senses, 5 for acquiring knowledge and 5 for working, the mind and the 5 gross elements. Counting the Purusha or the enjoyer, with these 24 elements, there are 25 different truths. The non-manifested stage of these 25 elementary truths is called Prakruti or material nature. The qualities of material nature can associate in 3 different stages, namely as the cause of happiness, the cause of distress, and the cause of illusion. The quality of goodness is the cause of material happiness. The quality of passion is the cause of material distress, and the quality of ignorance is the cause of illusion. Our material experience lies within the boundaries of these three manifestations of happiness, distress, and illusion. For example, a beautiful woman certainly a cause of material happiness for one who possesses her as a wife, but the same beautiful woman is a cause of distress to a man whom she rejects or who is the cause of her anger. And if she leaves a man, she becomes the cause of illusion. Srila, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So relatable example, right? Prabhuji Samata is, right?
Yes, Prabhuji.
So relatable. What is the happiness? What is the distress? And what is the illusion? Three qualities. So nicely explained, Prabhupada. Goodness, passion, and ignorance with an example of women accepting, rejecting, leaves. Nice. Let us read two more paragraphs, 2 or 3 paragraphs, and we'll go to sloka recitation. Okay. Mataji, Deepa Mataji, you can complete this paragraph.
Yes, Prabhuji. The two kinds of senses are the 10 external senses and one internal sense, the mind. Thus, there are 11 senses. According to Kapila, material nature is eternal and all powerful. Originally, there is no spirit and matter has no cause. Matter itself is the chief cause of everything. It is the all pervading cause of all causes. The Sankhya philosophy regards the total energy Mahatattva, the false ego, and the 5 objects of sense perception as the 7 diverse manifestations of material nature, which has 2 features known as the material cause and the efficient cause. The Purusha, the enjoyer, is without transformation, whereas material nature is always subject to transformation. But although material nature is inert, it is the cause of enjoyment and salvation for many living creatures. Its activities are beyond the conception of sense perception, but still one may guess at them by superior intelligence. Material nature is one, but because of the interaction of the 3 qualities, it can produce the total energy and the wonderful cosmic manifestations. Such transformations divide material nature into 2 features, namely the efficient and the material causes. The Purusha, the enjoyer, is inactive and without material qualities, although at the same time he is the master, existing separately in each and every body as the emblem of knowledge. By understanding the material cause, one can guess that the Purusha, the enjoyer, being without activity, is aloof from all kinds of enjoyment or superintendence. Sankhya philosophy, after describing the nature of Prakriti, material nature, and Purusha, the enjoyer, asserts that the creation is only a product of their unification or proximity to one another. With such unification, the living symptoms are visible in material nature, but one can guess that in the person of the enjoyer, the Purusha, there are powers of control and enjoyment. When the Purusha is illusioned for want of sufficient knowledge, he, uh, he feels himself to be the enjoyer, and then he is in full knowledge, he is liberated. In the Sankhya philosophy, the Purusha is described to be always indifferent to the activities of Prakriti.
Thank you. Yeah. We'll read this too. Okay. Mataji, Samyukta Mataji, want to read?
Yes, Prabhuji. The Sankhya philosopher accepts 3 kinds of evidences, namely direct perception, hypothesis, and traditional authority. When such evidence is complete, everything is perfect. The process of comparison within such perfection. Beyond such evidence, there is no proof. There is not much controversy regarding direct perceptional evidence or authorized traditional evidence. The Sankhya system of philosophy identifies 3 kinds of procedures, namely Parinamat, transformation, Samanvayat, adjustment, and Shaktitaha, performance of energies, as the causes of the cosmic manifestation. Shall I read, Prabhuji?
Yeah, we can conclude with this. We can read.
Okay, Prabhuji. Srila Baladeva Vidya Bhusana, in his commentary on the Vedanta Sutra, has tried to nullify this conclusion because he thinks that Discrediting these so-called causes of the cosmic manifestation will nullify the entire Sankhya philosophy. Materialistic philosophers accept matter to be the material and efficient cause of creation. For them, matter is the cause of every type of manifestation. Generally, they give the example of a water pot and clay. Clay is the cause of the water pot, but the clay can be found as both cause and effect. The water pot is the effect and clay itself is the cause. But clay is visible everywhere. A tree is matter, but a tree produces fruit. Water is matter, but water flows. In this way, say the Sankhya Hitis, matter is the cause of movements and production. As such, matter can be considered the material and efficient cause of everything in the cosmic manifestation. Srila Baladeva Vidyabhushana has therefore enunciated the nature of Pradhana as follows. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, we will read. He is giving good example. Baladeva Vidyabhushana is one of our Gaudiya Vaishnava Acharya. So we'll read tomorrow with this. He is going to explain very detailed. We'll read tomorrow. Okay. Yeah. Thank you so much for joining Prabhuji's Mataji's. So let us go through with our regular sloka recitation. Who else want to recite yesterday's sloka?
Let me recite Prabhuji first.
Okay. Let me open up 1 second. Okay. Samyagdavadi, it's up to you. If you want to stay, you can stay. It says Bhavadi the slokas, important slokas.
I will
which we
also
are,
learn
it's a part,
Prabhuji.
it's part of our course.
Yes, please.
Yeah, you can. It's okay. Anybody can learn. Yeah. Let me put it in slide mode and share again. Yeah. Recite Prabhu. Praveen Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Yeah.
Karpanya dosophata svabhava prachami tvam dharma samudha cheta yashreyashanishitam bruhitan me sisyaste hamsadimam tvam prapanam.
Translation also one time we can read.
Okay, Prabhuji. Translation. Now I am confused about my duty and have lost all composure because of misery weakness. In this condition, I am asking you to tell me for certain what is best for me. Now I am your disciple and a soul surrendered unto you. Please instruct me. Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Anybody wants?
I will try Prabhuji.
Yeah, please. Recite.
कार्पण्यदोषोपहत स्वभाव पृच्छामि त्वां धर्मसम्मूढचेता यश्रेयस्यान्निश्चितं ब्रूहि तन्मे शिष्यस्तेऽहं साधिमां त्वां प्रपन्नाम्. Translation. Now I am confused about my duty and have lost all composure because of miserly weakness. In this condition, I am asking you to tell me for certain what is best for me. Now I am your disciple and a soul surrendered unto you. Please instruct me. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. Who else?
I'll try, Prabhu.
Yeah. So, Bora,
Yes.
Prabhu, keep it. Please try.
Putting all at rest. I'll try.
Please try, Prabhu. It's okay.
Karpanya doshopahata svabhava prachami tvam dharma sammudha cheta yachreyasya nischetam bruhitan me sishyaste hamsadimam tvam prasannam.
Sure. ఇంకోసారి ట్రై
Now
చేయండి
Prabhu.
ఇంకొకసారి ట్రై చేయండి ఇంకోసారి
कार्पण्य दोषोपहत स्वभाव पृच्छामि त्वं धर्म सम्मूढ चेता यच्छ्रेयस निश्चितं ब्रूहि तन्मे शिष्यस्तेऽहं साधिमां त्वं प्रसन्नाम्. Now I'm confused about my duty and have lost all composure because of miserly weakness. In this condition, I'm asking you to tell me for certain what is best for me. Now I'm your disciple and a soul surrendered unto you. Please instruct me. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Prabhu, shall I try, Prabhu?
Yeah, please. Try,
Okay.
Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Kanod Pranam. Okay. कार्पण्यदोषोपहत स्वभावः पृच्छामि त्वां धर्म सम्मूढचेताः यच्छ्रेयः सानिश्चितं ब्रूहि तन्मे शिष्यस्तेऽहं शाधि मां त्वां प्रसन्नं
Prapannam. Okay.
प्रपन्नं.
Can I try, Prabhuji?
Prapannam.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Translation also చదవండి ఎందుకంటే ఇప్పుడు either where if somebody recited and translation also recited, let us close our eyes and try to meditate, try to remember the translation also.
So now I'm confused about my duty and have lost all composure because of the miserly weakness. In this condition, I am asking you to tell me for certain what is best for me. Now I am your disciple and a soul surrendered unto you. Please instruct me. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Yeah, Raju Prabhu, want to try?
Yeah, yes, Prabhuji. Can I try? कार्पण्यदोषोपहत स्वभावः पृच्छामि त्वं धर्म सम्मूढचेतः यच्छ्रेयसन्निश्चितं रूढि तन्मे शिष्यास्यतेऽहं साधि मां त्वं प्रपन्नम्. Translation, correct. Now, translation. Now I am confused about my duty and have lost all composure because of my miserly weakness. In this condition, I am asking you to tell me for certain what is best for me. Now I am your disciple and a soul surrender unto you. Please instruct me. Hare Krishna.
Jai. Sisyasteham sadhimam tvam prapannam. Last round line. Now I am your disciple and a soul surrender unto you. Please instruct me. Yeah. Prapannam means surrendered. The important words. He may ask like in the exam, what is the meaning of prapannam? What is the meaning of karpanya? Miserly weakness. Miserliness. Dosha and weakness. Important words. Sammudha, bewildered. Nishchitam, నిశ్చయంగా ఉండాలి, కాన్ఫిడెంట్ గా, నిశ్చయం, కాన్ఫిడెంట్. శిష్య ఆల్రెడీ నో, గురు శిష్య, శిక్ష గురు శిష్య, డిసైపుల్. యశ్రేయ, వాట్ ఈస్ బెస్ట్ ఫర్ మీ? యశ్రేయ, రైట్? శ్రేయ, బెస్ట్ ఫర్ మీ. వాట్ ఈస్ దట్? స్వభావ మీన్స్ క్యారెక్టరిస్టిక్. స్వభావ, ఆయన స్వభావం అలా. తెలుగు ఆల్సో we have word, right? స్వభావ, characteristic. Okay, so let us go to other verse. Okay,
Chinna question, Prabhu, a small question. See, that H down there is a dot, H Shreyaha. So we have to say Shreyaha, right? Shreyaha. We have to say
రెండు కలిపి మాట్లాడాలి.
అదే Shreyaha anali.
యశ్రేయ. ఇక్కడ చూడండి, నేను చిన్న కొన్ని విషయాలు నాకు తెలిసిన చెప్తాను. ఏ పైన లైన్ ఉంది కదా, కార్పణ్య దోషో, ఎస్ కింద చిన్న డాట్ ఉంది. స్వభావ, ఏ మీన్స్ ఏ పైన లైన్ ఉంది కదా చిన్నది, ధర్మ సమ్మూఢ చేతాహ అంటారు. యశ్రేయస్యాన్ నిశ్చితం బ్రూహి తన్మే శిష్యస్తేహం సాధి మాం త్వాం ప్రపన్నం. సో అయితే ప్రభుపాద రాస్తున్నప్పుడు అది విడగొట్టి, అంటే దాని మీనింగ్స్ క్లియర్ గా రాస్తారు. ఇక్కడ చూడండి, యశ్రేయనే చూద్దాము, ఏది లాస్ట్ లైన్ కదా, యత్ శ్రేయ, యశ్రేయ. ఇక్కడైతేనే మనం అట్లా అంటాం యశ్రేయ, బట్ వర్డ్ బై వర్డ్ అప్పుడు యత్ వాట్, శ్రేయ ఆల్.
అదే ప్రభు, ఓకే, శ్రేయ అదే శ్రేయ అనాలా అంటున్నాను నేను.
అంటే అట్లా, అంటే వర్డ్ బై వర్డ్ రాస్తున్నప్పుడు ఎత్ సంధి సమాసాలు అంటారు కదా ప్రభు, ప్రాపర్ గా రాయేటప్పుడు వచ్చేటప్పుడు. బట్ మనం చెప్పేటప్పుడు యశ్రేయ అనొచ్చు. యశ్రేయ
అంటే కింద డాట్ పెట్టినప్పుడు నాకు అర్థమైంది ఏంటంటే ప్రభు, తెలుగులో 2 సున్నాలు వస్తాయి చూడండి, ఆహా అట్లా. ఈ ఆహా పైన సున్నా వచ్చినప్పుడేమో 1 సున్నానే వస్తుంది, యం అట్లా అని అర్థం అవుతుంది. త్వమం, అది ఒక ప్యాటర్న్ అబ్జర్వ్ చేస్తున్నాను.
ఓకే, అందరం కలిసి ఒకసారి అందామా? అందరం కలిసి let us do one time. ఓకేనా? then we'll go to today's verse. ఓకే, అందరం అన్మ్యూట్ చేసి we'll recite together.
Together.
Together. Karpanya
dosho
Swabhava
Vrichikam dharma sammudacheta
Yashreyasanichitam brohi tanme Shishyastheham sadhamam tvam prapannam.
Now I am confused about my duty. I have lost all my composure because of miserly weakness. In this condition, I am asking you to tell me for certain what is best for me. I am your disciple. Let soul surrender unto you. Please instruct me. Very good. So now this is next verse is very very important. Very easy. Simple. Yesterday I have seen the link of Madhusudan Vishnu Prabhu, but he is giving some meanings, but it's okay. We'll go through. See, Prabhupada purports only. He has written some different words, but it's okay. If anybody would likes to, Karpanya dosho pahatas. Anybody, yeah, 1.5 minute each line, and these lines just go through it. Anybody, please.
Karpanya dosho. Go ahead, Prabhuji. Go ahead, Prabhuji.
ले आप करो
Prabhuji, बोलो चलो मैंने बोल लिया एक बार आप बोलिए.
हाँ.
करो प्रभु जी, डोंट वेस्ट टाइम, करो.
Okay, Prabhuji. Karpanya dosho pahata swabhava. I am asking unto you in my.
Prabhu. No. This line's meaning is above. Okay.
Oh, okay, Prabhuji. My nature being afflicted by the weakness of miserliness. Karpanya dosho pahata swabhava. I am asking unto you as in my heart I am.
Don't do that. Read this line and this meaning. Read this line, this meaning. This line, this meaning. This line, that line.
Okay, first Sanskrit Prabhuji, then meaning.
Above meaning. It's okay. Confusion. It's okay. I'm feeling that way, but it's okay. No? It's okay. Want to read? Just once read. It's okay.
Okay, Prabhuji. First, let me read this full, then in English meaning, right? Okay. Karpanya dosho pahata svabhava prichami tvam dharma samuda cheta yashe ashan shitam bruhitan me sisyaste sadimam tvam prapanam. My nature being afflicted by the weakness of miserliness. I'm asking unto you as in my heart I am bewildered about my duty. What may be all good for me, confidentially tell that unto me. I am your disciple, surrendered unto you. Just instruct me.
Okay. Today I will do this. Okay. I will recite 3 times and 1 time translation. Synonyms and the translation. Dehinosmin yata dehe kaumaram yavvanam jara तथा देहांतर प्राप्तिर धीरस्तत्र न मुह्यति देहिनोऽस्मिन् यथा देहे कौमारं यौवनं जरा तथा देहांतर प्राप्तिर धीरस्तत्र न मुह्यति देहिनोऽस्मिन् यथा देहे कौमारं यौवनं जरा तथा देहांतर प्राप्तिर धीरस्तत्र न मुह्यति Dehina of the embodied asmin in this yatha as dehe in the body kaumaram boyhood yavvanam youth jara old age tatha similarly dehantara of transference of the body praptihi achievement dhiraha the sober tatra thereupon na never muhyati is deluded. Translation by Srila Prabhupada. As the embodied soul continually passes in this body from boyhood to youth to old age, the soul similarly passes into another body at death. A sober person is not bewildered by such a change. Okay. Recite. Anybody?
Recite, Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Okay.
Please go ahead.
देहिनोऽस्मिन् यथा देहि कौमार्यं यौवनं जरा तथा देहान्तरप्राप्तिर्धीरस्तत्र न मुह्यति. We should only translation, Prabhuji. We should read synonyms also.
Synonyms చదవండి ఒక 3
Dehina
5 minutes
of the
ఎంత టైం
Dehina
Yeah, 8
of the embodied, Asmin in this, Yata as Dehi in the body, Kaumaryam boyhood, Yuvanam youth, Jara old age, Tatha similarly, Deha Antra of transference of the body, Prapti achievement, Dhira the sober, Tatra thereupon, Na never, Muhyati is diluted. As the embodied soul continuously passes in this body from boyhood to youth to old age and the age, the soul similarly passes into another body at death. A sober person is not bewildered by such a change. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare
Yeah.
Krishna. Shall I try, Prabhu?
Yeah, try, Prabhu.
Okay. Dehonosmin yada dehi kaumaram yavvanam jara tada dehantara prapti dhirastantra na muhyati.
ధీరస్తత్ర దేహే అంటారు దేహి అన్నారు దేహే
Dehe.
దేహే దీహి అన్నారు దేహే దేహే ఓకే దేహినోస్మి యథా దేహే కౌమారం యవ్వనం జర తథా
Dehantara prapti
ధీరస్తత్ర న ముహ్యతి. You can try one more time. Yeah, you can try one more time.
Dehanosmin yada dehe kaumaram yavvanam jara tada dehantara prapti dhirastana muhyati.
Tatra, simple. Tatra.
Yeah.
Dhirastatra na muhyati.
Yeah, dhirastatra na muhyati. Dhirastatra na muhyati. Dhirastatra na muhyati. Yeah.
Yes. Translation చదవండి.
As the embodied soul continuously passes this body from boyhood to the youth to old age, the soul similarly passes into another body at death. A sober person is not bewildered by such a change.
Can I recite, Prabhuji?
Yeah. You have to pay, Mataji. I mean, you are not attending a reading call and japa call, so only sloka call. So you have to pay extra because of training.
Kaumaram yavvanam jara tata dehantara praptir dhirastatra na muhyati. Dehinosmin yata dehe kaumaram yavvanam jara tata dehantara praptir dhirastatra na muhyati. Can I read translation?
Yeah, please read.
Translation: as the embodied soul continuously passes in this body from boyhood to youth to old age, the soul similarly passes into another body at death. A sober person is not bewildered such a change.
Hare Krishna. Yeah, super Prabhu. Try again. Yes.
Hare Krishna. Dehinosmit yada dehe kaumaram yavvanam jara tada dehantara prapti dhirastatra na muhyati. As the embodied soul continuously passes in this body from boyhood to youth to old age, the soul similarly passes into another body at death. A sober person is not bewildered by such a change. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you. Anybody, one or two devotees, then we will wind up.
Can I do, Prabhuji?
Yeah, please.
Dehinosmin yatha dehe kaumaram yavvanam jara tatha dehantara praptir dhirastatra na muhyati. As the embodied soul continuously passes in this body from boyhood to youth to old age, the soul similarly passes into another body at death. A sober person is not bewildered by such a change. Hare Krishna.
One last devotee. Hare Krishna.
Ilosmil yatha dehe kauvarabhyavalam jara tata dehala sanapraptir dhirastatra lavuyate. As the embodied soul continuously passes in this body from the boyhood to youth to the old age, the soul similarly passes into the another body at death. The sober person is not bewildered by such a change.
This is very important. Deha antara. So dehaantara. 2 words కలిపి ఇట్లా ఏ పైకి వచ్చింది. దేహాంతర. Prabhupada writes in synonym deha antara of transference of the body, next body. Changing bodies. Chalo. Okay. Chalo. Thank you so much, Prabhuji and Matajis. See you all tomorrow. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha कृपा सिंधु बेवच पतितानां पावनेभ्यो
वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः।
अनंतकोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। श्रील प्रभुपाद ट्रांसेंडेंटल प्रीति की जय। ఇదాయ గౌర హరి ప్రేమానందే హరి హరి. ఒక్కొక్కసారి ప్రాక్టీస్ చేయండి ఇంట్లో. ఐ మీన్ మళ్ళీ ఒకసారి చూడండి ఈ శ్లోకాస్. లేకపోతే డూ యు వాంట్ మీ టు పుట్ దిస్ స్లైడ్ ఇన్ ద గ్రూప్? ఐ పుట్ దిస్ బెటర్.
ప్రభుజీ అది డివైడ్ చేసింది ఉంది కదా ప్రభుజీ, ఇప్పుడు పెట్టారు కదా, అది డివైడ్ చేసింది.
నిన్న అంటే మొత్తమైనా పెట్టచ్చు ప్రభుజీ, లేదంటే నిన్నటి వాళ్ళకి 2 పెట్టండి. సో హోల్ డే వి కెన్ జస్ట్ కైండ్ ఆఫ్ మెమరైజ్.
యా థ్యాంక్ యూ.
థాంక్యూ
ప్రాక్టీస్ చేసేస్తుంది సుబ్బారావు ప్రభు, ఏం లేదు. ప్రసాద్
ప్రభు
ప్రాక్టీస్ చేసేస్తుంది, ఏం లేదు. ఇంకేనా మల్టిపుల్ టైమ్స్. ఒక మూవీ సాంగ్ మనం చిన్నప్పుడు మంచి ఇంట్రెస్టెడ్ సాంగ్ వింటాం కదా, అట్లనే ఇది కూడా మల్టిపుల్ టైమ్స్ విన్నా కొద్ది వింటనే ఉంటాం కదా, అట్లనే శ్లోకాలు.
One of you or Lavanya Mataji should recite once and we all should close our eyes. That's how I think closing eyes should be practiced.
ప్రభుజీ లావణ్య మాతాజీ రికార్డింగ్ పంపియండి ప్రభుజీ, అదే వినుకుంటా అదే వింటా ఉంటాం డేలో. మాతాజీ రికార్డింగ్ పంపిస్తే ఆడియో
పంపిస్తుంది, అడుగుతాను నేను, పంపిస్తుంది. ఉన్నది ఇక్కడే ఉన్నది.
అది ఆడియో వింటా ఉంటాను ప్రభుజీ డేలో. సో దట్ విల్ బి ఈజీ టు అస్. అదర్ ఆడియోస్ కంటే ఈ ఆడియో వినడం ఈజీ ప్రభుజీ.
అయితే బెటర్. నేను ఒక పని చేస్తాను.
When somebody is reciting properly, we should listen it with closed eyes.
లావణ్య మాతాజీ బాగుంటుంది ప్రభుజీ.
Yes. Thank you.
So please request.
Thank you so much. Yes. Have a happy Krishna.